queries. Global facets are located in the first tab of the Discover Search application. Simply scroll down and you see them just underneath sources information. Facets are features extracted from records that describe the who, what, when, and where of records inside Big Data ecosystem. These features are isolated inside the index search mechanism so that users can perform in-depth queries across all documents using specific descriptors. Doing this allows users to access only the specific information they're looking for, as opposed to broad keyword-based searches that we talked about before. So let's take a look at facets associated with the Facebook data source we talked about earlier. All I really need to do is go to the facets area inside the secondary navigation and type the word Facebook into the filter facets bar. That will give me sort of an autocomplete and a hint of some of the facets associated with them to be able to quick select them. But I want to look at all of them, so I'm just going to hit enter after I type the word Facebook, and you see all the facets associated with Facebook appear. So let's dig into just a couple of these real quick. Let's take a look at the facets associated with Facebook user friends. So if you twirl that down just by selecting on that first bar, you can see that there are 12 facets associated with it. It shows an upper and lower register, so a max and min for number of user friends, as well as the top 10 most frequent numbers of friends in the Facebook user profile metadata. So the maximum value of 7,569, the number to the right of 1 indicates that there's only one user that has that many friends. That's quite a bit of friends. The minimum register, or the min number of 0, there are 3,492 people who have that number of friends in the Facebook data that we pulled from an open source. So underneath the upper and lower registers, the min and max, are the top 10 number of friends for the Facebook user profile data. So of course the most popular number of friends is 0, and you can see again that's 3,492. The second most popular is 1 with 1,421 people with 1 friends. The next most popular number is 382 with 1,262 user profiles with that number of people, and so on. That shows you just the top 5. To get to the next top 5 facets, simply click on the next 5 button and you'll be able to see all of the top 10 Facebook user friends. So let's take a look at something that might resonate with you a little bit more, is Facebook user last names. So these are the top 10 last names inside the Facebook user profile metadata, and you can see the top most popular last name for Facebook happens to be Lee. That makes a lot of sense. Smith, Kim, Johnson, Miller. Again, if you want to look at all of the facets, simply hit the button for next 5 facets, and here are the top 10 last names for Facebook users. And of course you can see first name, and hit the pagination button to scroll through all the Facebook associated facets. To search on any of these facets, all you really need to do is click on any one of these facets that are described. So if I just simply want to look at Facebook users have the number of 382 friends, I simply click on 382 bar. You will see that green tag that shows up below the keyword input is Facebook user friends 382. That adds that as a search parameter. I'll go ahead and click search, and you can see some results that pop up here. There are 1,262, just like it said. Number of Facebook user profiles that have 382 friends. Let's take a look now at model-based queries, which are located in the second tab in the Discover Search application. Models can be defined through parsing the data at time of ingest, or discovered automatically through standard analytics. They build a structure and hierarchy of the data and provide the user fine-grained control of searching specific fields within the data. So, as an example, let's use the open source Facebook data again, and if you click in the Facebook area for build a model-based query, you see that we have discovered the highest level of information in the Facebook user profile is user. Again, that makes a whole lot of sense, and there are 10 structured fields associated with Facebook users. So let's twirl that down and let's take a look at all of the structured fields that we have access to and control over to search on. So you can see we have date of information, there's a first name, number of friends. You can see the difference between simple text values or dates or numbers in the system. During the parsing process, we automatically identify whether it's one of those three things, and in the user interface you have control over being able to search those things specifically. So the example we used for facets was number of friends, so let's go ahead and use that again. So I'm going to click on friends numeric query, the bar underneath user in the Facebook model, and I get a pop-up that asks me to input values to search on. So I could search on show me all of the Facebook users that have friends, the friends number of 382, or I could specify a range. So I just want to look at Facebook users that have 453 friends to a range of 492. And you want to add that query, and you can do that by clicking the plus sign to the right of the range bars. So we'll add that, go ahead and close that box out, and you can see the green tag appear underneath the keyword input area. We'll go ahead and search on that, and the results we should get are the number of Facebook users that have the number of friends 453 to 492. You can see plenty of users. If I click on any one of these, you can see the number of friends they have, 455 for Facebook user amebroder1. That is within the range that we searched on. So another example of very fine-grained control over queries and searches through model-based queries and facets as well. So I can combine this model-based query with a facet query for Facebook. And we'll do that real quick by looking for the Facebook facets by searching on them. And I just want to look at the Facebook users who have that range of friends with the last name of Lee. That should provide me with some results. So I'm going to go ahead and click search, and the results will pop up here in a second. I have 272 results, Facebook users with the last name of Lee that have the number of friends 453 to 492. Let's just confirm that. Facebook user Michelle Lee and 462 friends for that profile. So I've just combined a facet search along with a model search. A very powerful way to search through your data.